back. It's a Real American Brian and Valdrick and Johnny, and we're going to finish off Arise, Serpentor Arise. This is part 5 of the series. We've gone through the first 4 parts already on the channel. If you missed those, go watch them, or just watch this one, whatever. We're going to watch the cartoon. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. Valdrick, Johnny, you guys ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah. This is the big culmination. This is a big deal.
We've been waiting for this for through 4 episodes now. Like, let's get Serpentor.
Yo, Joe. Talking comics. Here's your host. It's a Real American Brian.
Arise.
You can't wait?
I don't think so.
I've heard this song before.
A few times, yeah. This new season 2 opening here.
Brian, did you see that cold Slither concert ticket someone has now?
I did. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I like the attention to detail. No earplugs allowed.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that until you pointed it out to me. That was great.
It's not a great code name, by the way.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's not even code. It's just the name. It's all we go by. Did the cartoon ever use the what was the thing in the comic the chaplain's pool?
The motor pool.
Motor pool.
Chaplain's assistants.
Did they ever say that in the cartoon, or was that too heavy?
No, they just,
too tricky, I guess.
They just had like their base built up. Like they weren't hiding in the cartoon. Like, oh, that's the gijoe base.
Yeah. Oh, so that's another point. So the cartoon didn't have the pit.
No, because it was all out in the open, like a big giant.
That makes sense. Yeah. There's that Mike and Ike.
Yep.
I would have went with a red hot myself.
You might have got like a fire demon.
Well, cinnamon would have brought out a little extra spice. You know what I mean?
Serpentor, the Cobra Emperor, was born at last. And now the exciting climax of Arise.
I thought that was Mumra at first, like we're crossing worlds here.
Climax.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
A climax.
Was that something or was that something? Kaboom! Threw the blokes right out of the air.
There was a time where I wanted to wear bandanas on my jeans like that, but it was actually for Chachi from Happy Days. He told me it was cool.
Yeah, and Joni loved him, so.
Yeah, exactly. No one loves Scott Baio anymore, though, which is nice.
Does it ever occur to you there might be an easier way of settling disputes?
Yeah, Lifeline. It's called a gun.
See anything?
That's great.
Got him.
Looks like their command center. Pretty heavily guarded, too.
But our only bet for finding out where they're keeping Sergeant Slaughter. None shall stand against me, neither within Cobra nor without.
That's why they had the towel or the sheet, so he could not be naked.
Oh yeah. Do we know if he was naked or not?
I mean, underneath his little whatever the shawl, whatever that thing is.
He doesn't have shoes on.
Do you think it was Genghis Khan's penis?
Or Napoleon's. One of the
two. We don't know. Man, I'm gonna think about that for a while. There it is.
All right, so they just draped that over his shoulders.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like that's going to be something you have to pull on.
Oh, no. It's like one of those Velcro suits.
Okay.
Just like you tear off. You put it in.
Cobra Commander's still trying to work this thing.
Yeah, he is.
I always wonder if Serpentor touches his face if he gets cut by those teeth.
Bam.
So aggressive.
Be no negotiation, you insolent microbe. I am not symbolic. I am your emperor and master.
Cobra Commander's like, let me tell you about a multi-level marketing operation.
Shut up, Cobra Commander, before he really gets angry.
You wouldn't like him when he gets angry.
No.
More manacles.
I know, man. Sarge just gets himself strapped to this wall like multiple times.
Yeah. He broke the chains and put new ones there.
So who built the air chariot?
A mindbender apparently had it hidden behind a curtain the whole time.
Yeah. The user friendly, he knows how to use it immediately.
Yeah.
It has a little manual.
Yeah. So what famous military leader already knew how to fly this?
No, he made clear pictures there above the controls. This goes this way. This goes this way.
Oh, that's okay.
Little
That's fine.
stick figures.
You know what? Valid answer.
Serpentor should not have accepted Sergeant Slaughter's challenge. Yes, he lacks patience. His genetic matrix has none of Sun Tzu's DNA.
Oh.
If you would have had Sergeant Slaughter's DNA, he's not noted for patience either, so it would have been much better.
Like he's like cool, calm, and collected over here.
Yeah.
So did he end up getting Sun Tzu's DNA or not then?
No.
They weren't able to collect
So he
it.
just has Napoleon, Genghis Khan, Ivan the Terrible,
Vlad Tepes, Alexander the Great.
Oh yeah, okay.
In the last episode, there's all kinds of leaders. They had all kinds of papers, so there might be more DNA in there, but
I don't know who gave him the strength there, but he just picked up 2 grown men, one with each hand.
I would have put a dinosaur in there too, just for fun. Get like a T-Rex, but without that.
Those stairs have to be a pain in the ass to walk up. Look at each one's a different height.
Then everyone should get an air chariot. How about that? There's Zartan.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know this. Just walking with his hands behind his back, just watching the world burn.
Yeah.
And here we have a very small piece of computer equipment that's being delivered.
What was
Who
those,
are the?
what was the question marks on his visor about? What was
Yeah. What was the deal with them? Because later on it says hate. Are they androids or?
No, they're. I don't know what the visor.
They were like the early versions of Google Glass, you know?
Yeah. We don't need doors.
It seems weird that Serpentor and the whole air chariot could fit through that hole, though. Like, it almost like it shrunk down to get through it.
It's helpful that they have these high ceilings.
Yeah.
Someone's got to clean those. Just saying.
That's what the air chariot was originally for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. Whoa, our new leader's dead.
Yep.
A shame.
Chariot's dead. Is that Bazooka back there? Or, do you see that guy cheering? Look like Bazooka.
Yeah, the rest of the Joes and the Cobra are just watching all of this.
It might have been a Cobra guy in red, but it looked like, they are just cheering, though. Like an old school fight.
And again, I continue to be impressed with Cobra Commander here.
Yep.
Still working his thing. Like, he's going to get control back.
And Commander knows how to fix bats, too.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he could have easily just stolen some money he had stashed away and just went off to a new island, but no, he's going to get in charge.
A bag of serpentine silver or whatever that was. Whatever that was called. Hey, Byran.
Hey.
Arise, Byran, arise. He's made of the DNA of all the nerds that we know.
Yeah. See, there's the Joes. We're just sitting there watching it. And...
Head first into that screen.
Yeah.
So they don't have Cobra Troopers anymore, we talked about? They're all just fighting.
Yeah.
So the Cobra people seem to be doing more damage to their base than anybody else. Serpentor blew a hole through a wall. Now the bats have blown a hole through a wall.
Hey, man, I just work here. I like when the bats walk like zombies.
Are they throwing televipers at the Joes?
Yep.
And I like how they're just robots. You can shoot them.
Mm-hmm. That was the smartest thing they did, is they finally let you.
But I do hate that they made the weak spot the big chess piece. Like, come on.
Center mass where you're taught to shoot.
Like, we made this giant. We might as well just painted a bullseye on everybody. Oh, it is Bazooka back there. I saw him.
Yeah, weird. Okay. Why isn't he killing everybody? He's got the weapons. Did that freeze up? What was that?
Yeah.
Got a little framey there.
Now, how does G.I. Joe know what his costume looks like?
They know, because if you do the math on the genetics, it automatically also creates the costume.
Oh, yeah.
Because a snake was in there somehow. Snake DNA.
He really should have been born with the costume on.
Yeah. It bothered me how they just jumped to, like, okay, everyone's back at their bases now.
Mm-hmm. It's like Game of Thrones. There's no travel time. Don't worry, Serpentor is just as dumb as Cobra Commander, because they put my DNA in it.
Actually, Beachhead, I don't think he's that ugly.
Beachhead's the one that never takes his mask off.
And smells.
Oh,
That's
man,
weird.
they're doing a hit pursuit. That's not good.
Oh.
The dance.
Because our beloved Cobra Commander could never defeat America's ultimate defense, G.I. Joe.
Oh, sure, that's in plain me. Never mind your own cowardice and incompetence.
Silence, you vociferous little worm! We shall invade the United States and subjugate G.I. Joe immediately!
Almost look like a Star Wars base there.
Oh, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
They had all those vehicles ready to go.
Yeah.
Serpentor doesn't mess around. Cobra Commander would just send out like 2 or 3.
Yep. Those things cost money. Cobra Commander likes to be careful with the funds.
He's frugal.
Ooh, just backhanded.
Yeah.
I do not need experience to lead Cobra. I have been created fully sentient, all-knowing, and all-powerful!
Like, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Serpentor's going to have Cobra bankrupt in a month.
You can make your own currency on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Make more.
Serpentor shingles.
Stage a little preemptive strike before their new leader can.
So that's what I was thinking about before. Like, why did they just attack the island?
Why is Cobra wasting all their ammunition on grass?
That grass is some killer grass.
Yeah.
Now someone's got to come back with lawn care and fix all that.
We're going to team up the Viper.
They can't walk in. They gotta, they gotta come in through the dome of the Capitol, not through the front door.
They just love blowing holes through walls.
Yeah.
They still wanted Reagan's DNA. We talked about that. Smart move.
That fence wasn't built in front of the White House until last year.
Pre 9/11, we had no security.
Yeah. Also, they're attacking the Capitol, not realizing that the president's not there.
Serpentor didn't get that memo.
Yeah.
They sent another team to Camp David.
Throw those buttons, laser and gas.
Yeah.
And there was one other one, but then he pushed the button below it. He didn't push the actual gas.
Yeah. It's kind of like the phaser. It's got stun and kill. Nothing in between,
Bad news indeed.
So much
Didn't the front end of that vehicle split apart?
Uh,
Or am I
think
misremembering?
it either split apart or something came off of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it did break. No, it did split apart, I think. Because it like
That-
forked.
Yeah. That last scene, things went to hell pretty quickly, you know?
All Cobra had to do was just send everything they got at it.
Yeah.
Do we think maybe the government was in on this whole thing?
It's all part of the military.
I mean, I think Bush probably is Cobra. Reagan probably not.
I hate this throne. It looks like he's sitting on Lincoln's lap.
Oh yeah. Now that you mentioned it.
Well, I thought that was kind of cool, you know, just put himself in the.
Like he's the new Lincoln character.
Yeah.
If he would have destroyed the Lincoln part and had himself there, that would be
But
cool.
not,
Okay.
not
But
looking
then
like
he'd be a little guy in a big chair.
yeah, it looked like Lincoln was a ventriloquist, the dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the president here looks like a mafia boss.
It is on his lap. That is pretty funny.
His feet are just dangling.
Resistance to the rule of Serpentor is no more. The city of Washington now enters a new era in history. The dawn of the 1,000-year rule.
Do you think they called it the city of Washington so to make it less real than Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
So even
They're
though it's
taking over the District of Columbia.
No, I think it was just a mistake.
the city of Washington. More manacles. Not attached to anything, though.
The difference is if it was Cobra Commander, he would have attacked Washington State.
Yeah.
So we're like,
Poop on the
It's
ground.
like I'm in Washington, Wisconsin. Like wrong one.
so we're just over halfway through this first episode of Serpentor in action, and he's already like a scary villain leader, more so than Cobra Commander ever was.
Because I
we
think
did a
Cobra
good job.
Commander didn't want to win. He just wanted to make money.
Maybe. He talked about winning a lot, though.
Mhm.
Conquering.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and I missed. He was shooting for Lincoln. Just like
Once again, should have went with bullets instead of lasers.
Yeah.
He shot at Lincoln, but he only hit the high chair. So it's fine.
Did he just do a costume change? He was wearing that suit and the senator, and he ripped off the thing, and then he comes back in full gear. So
It was a loose suit.
Oh, he was putting a snake on top of the monument there too. I didn't see that.
Gotta say, G.I. Joe's pretty ballsy to send 10 guys against 1,000,000. Once again, small arms fire.
I mean, to be fair, Baron, we had 10 toys we had to sell.
Yeah.
It was 10 figures.
yeah,
For grabs right now.
there you go, Bazooka.
Look at that move. Oh,
Oh yeah, line
Yeah.
up for that.
1,000-year rule. Where's your perfect leader now?
What do you know about leadership?
why didn't you send your 800,000 Vipers after the job?
Need every hand you can get.
For once, Cobra Commander, you are right.
I like how they still call him Cobra Commander, even though he's no longer in charge.
That's his legal name, Mike.
Yeah,
Cobra X Commander.
Commander.
It's Cobra.
I like how those vehicles are just kind of, just kind of hanging there, waiting to be shot.
What was Slaughter's vehicle called, Brian?
The Triple T.
Triple T.
No traffic.
Yeah.
That's because they're in Washington City, not Washington.
Yeah, City of Washington.
Every citizen also left town with the president and vice president.
I don't know if Cobra was in the wrong part of DC, they'd probably run into some trouble.
Yeah.
Which part, Baron?
You know.
I don't know.
Why did all the Cobra planes run out of fuel?
Because they've been circling for hours now.
Well, also the SR-71 doesn't have a lot of fuel capacity. It's not an ideal fighter actually.
It's a bomber, right?
Yeah, it's like an SR-71 mixed with a B-1 bomber look.
I see snake meat on the Potomac.
And it almost never had the little attached baby plane on top that the toy came with.
So this is where I was looking at like the military leadership of Serpentor here. Like, how does he know how to do any of the air battle or these? I guess the water battle makes some
Because
sense.
of Sergeant Slaughter.
But he didn't get the slaughter stuff. That was
Maybe they
they didn't end up using his DNA?
no, the slaughter tube got broken.
Oh.
You should watch last episode.
Yeah, I missed.
Yeah, Baron was. Maybe they went in the future and got some like sci-fi combat.
Maybe they got the God Emperor.
Donald?
Mm-hmm.
Only temporarily, do you hear? Serpentor cannot be vanquished. Come back,
Okay. We're not going to call this a retreat. This is just me temporarily going back.
Yeah.
Well, they had Washington City under their command for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Was that a vehicle toy they sold? That ship?
The Nighthawk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It came with a Strato Viper.
Oh. I think I moved on to Food Fighters toys at this point in real life.
Yeah.
So Cobra Commander, is that a parachute on his backpack? On his back?
That's some foreshadowing right there.
No one else is wearing one.
Because he's a coward.
Or smart.
Serpentor, you're going to need to raise money at some point. And that's what I'm doing.
Keep you alive so you can blame me for your mistakes. That's a great selling point.
Also, people just kept on getting into that same Nighthawk. Didn't have that big a capacity.
Like how he thinks that looks good. Get those buildings, they're not structurally sound anymore.
Yeah.
So mission accomplished, everybody?
Yeah.
I guess we're calling that a victory.
He destroyed half of DC. But...
Yeah, everything was on fire, but
Is your mom there?
Oh, here we go.
You want a prize. What's your
Pork chop sandwiches.
You want a prize? It's in my pants.
Who wants a foot massage?
he had wine coolers in that car, you know.
Was that Chris Hansen?
Yeah. Like, you guys ever heard of Zimas?
It's a question.
Yeah, I said that. So what? Okay.
All right, so the Joes are calling this a victory. The city of Washington was destroyed, and we chased the bad guys away.
It's a pariah victory.
Yeah.
But we got Serpentor in action, and he did a great job of leading the Cobras and destroyed a city. If only the president and vice president were there.
It's questionable
think,
how good a job he did.
Yeah,
He wasted a
after
lot
this,
of resources with no material gain.
this would be a good time for Serpentor to maybe run for office, I think, just with his showing there in the public, in the face of adversity, what he
You
did.
get a lot of free press, for sure.
Huh. I don't know if someone with that outfit could ever be elected.
Was he born in the U.S.? Is he over 35? That's all you need.
No, he's less than 1 year old.
Was he born or was he created?
But
Weren't
we've
we all
established that
created?
its own sovereign nation, so no.
Oh, good point. So,
Yes.
so he's 1 or 0. Yeah.
Yeah, he's less
Man,
than
wait till
1.
Serpentor gets in the terrible 2s. You think he's bad now?
But if we're going to compare Serpentor's leadership in the very brief time that we got to see him, comparing him to Cobra Commander, I do think Serpentor has succeeded more than Cobra Commander ever did.
It depends. Has he succeeded or not? Because I still hold that Cobra Commander's goal isn't necessarily to win the battle.
Well, if the goal of a terrorist organization is to cause terror, I think Serpentor has terrorized more than Cobra Commander.
I agree that Cobra is a terrorist organization, but I don't agree that Cobra Commander is a terrorist. I think he's using that as a tool.
Serpentor is a conqueror. Cobra Commander is a bad guy. You know what I mean? He's there to cause ruckus and mayhem and Destro, of course, wants to keep said ruckus and mayhem going on and on. So I'm thinking they need each other, the Joes and Cobra. Serpentor, that's why it doesn't work for him.
So if we were living in this world with G.I. Joes and Cobras,
we are, by the way,
and you had to have one leader of the evil organization tearing up your cities, would you rather have Serpentor or Cobra?
Well, before you answer, what side are we on?
We're on the citizen side, and we believe in G.I. Joe as the good guys.
I would go Cobra Commander because he never sends the full might. He's just there to cause small problems.
Yeah, and like the city wasn't aflame in other episodes, you know.
Right.
I'm a citizen, and I want Serpentor to lead for a quick death to myself. Just put me out of my misery.
I would want Cobra Commander to lead because anytime that he's taken over and built like Springfields or something, he always gave jobs to everybody that was
He
there.
creates. He's a creator.
I heard he had good insurance too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a dentist right there working under him, so you have to have good
Yeah,
dental.
and he's one of those bosses where he's like, listen, I don't have sick days and vacation days. They're your days. Don't lie to me. He's one of those. They're your day. Use your PTO how you want.
And Serpentor is an idiot. He sent his entire force to take over Washington City with no plans on how to occupy it or how to defend it once he took it.
I mean,
I accept that point. I'll agree with you there.
And obviously, he's got a lot of extra air chariots because we saw it. You know,
And also, would Serpentor even be that successful if it weren't for Cobra Commander's mass buildup of military might?
No, not at all. But I mean, possibly, but it would take him time to build up his own forces. I think he has enough.
And I don't think that's what he's good at.
So couldn't Mindbender just then take the DNA that maybe just with fighting ability and not any kind of leadership ability and build like mini Serpentors to work with him then?
Yeah, like make some enlisted level Serpentors.
Just build your new army now instead of having the Cobra leftovers.
Like I think Serpentor would make a great like staff sergeant, not emperor.
Field
He'd
general.
make a great another like Sergeant Slaughter because he's a badass in combat, but he's a shit leader because nobody likes him. He's kind of a dick.
I don't know, but everybody follows him out of fear, though.
Yeah.
So where Cobra Commander, sometimes people would just kind of run off and do their own thing.
But they follow him out of loyalty because he gives them the paycheck. Like, do you think Serpentor cares about like return on investment and promoting from within?
Yeah, like would Serpentor even ask like how your weekend was on a Monday?
Right. Would Serpentor feel bad that he couldn't give you a good raise and maybe throw a pizza party? No.
Yeah, and why is it always pizza party, not sandwich party?
Right. Also, is Cobra Commander the Michael Scott? Is Michael Scott from The Office modeled after Cobra Commander?
It could be.
Quite possibly.
And then Serpentor like Prison Mike?
Yeah.
All right, so we have made it through 5 parts of Arise, Serpentor Arise. So when we give out flag points this time, I would like to give out flag points for the total story rather than just this one chapter.
So only total, not this chapter.
Yeah, so we're going to be rating all 5 parts together as one solid story.
Okay.
Who wants to start off? Johnny.
Sorry. Same time. I'm going to go with an overall score of 4.5. And only because it captured so much over 5 different episodes. I mean, this was like a movie if you were to watch it all together. And had, in the middle, a little bit of a slower, but then it kind of ramped up and had, like movies have, a big climactic ending of all of it there. And, of course, it leaves me wanting a sequel as well. So I'm going to go 4.5.
Okay. And I do know that Hasbro has all of this smashed together in one video on their YouTube channel as well. I meant to go back and watch that to see if they actually cut out like the breaks and stuff to make it a movie or not.
Like without the PSAs in there, probably.
Yeah. Or if they just took the 5 videos and put them back.
With all the fade to blacks that are clearly what commercials would be.
All right, so 4.5 from Johnny. Valdrick, what are you going to give the total Arise Serpentor Arise story?
I'm going to give it a 4. I really appreciated the build-up and all of that, but I think that last episode, everything was a bit rushed at the end. It's kind of like the last season of Game of Thrones. It just
We got to wrap it up.
they knew what they like I said in the last episode, I was really excited when I saw the previews, but I was like, how are they going to get all that in 20 minutes? And I think they skipped over some stuff, but yeah, so I'll give it a 4. It held my interest. So I didn't think it was going to hold my interest as much as it did. Let's put it that way.
If I can add on, it's if they killed Serpentor, I would say completely rushed. But the fact that they've just basically, launched him into the new leader. I mean, I don't know at this point, Brian, are there many episodes that now feature Serpentor?
Yeah, there's a good number after this.
Okay.
But I think if we're judging like this as this 5-part thing as one separate story, I think that Valdrick's point is correct there, where it does feel rushed. But if like you're looking at it as the beginning of a bigger story, then it's probably not rushed.
Okay. Yeah.
He did arise.
I'm sorry.
He did arise.
Yeah,
He did.
He has risen.
They fulfilled their promise there. I do kind of agree with the pacing. I would have liked to have seen episode 5 maybe be like an episode and a half, and then episode 3 down a little bit. All the stuff that was happening there. Yeah, Byron, what are you going to give it?
I was going to give it a 4, but then you reminded me about how Serpentor is sitting in Abraham Lincoln's lap, and that bumped it to a 4.5 for me because it's just so adorable. They should have made a playset with that.
Little baby Serpenty.
You usually say 0.5 for lap sitting, I believe.
Yeah.
Just in anything we're judging.
Got a lap sitting.
If there's a lap and sitting on lap, it's 0.5 automatic.
All right, so we have a 4.5, a 4.5, a 4, and then over to me. I am also going to give it a 4.5. So we're agreeing quite a bit on this. From a G.I. Joe cartoon standpoint, this is a really solid story. And the fact that they dedicated 5 episodes to making the story, I thought it was awesome. Like, it's really cool. I enjoyed it more as an adult than I expected to.
You're an adult?
I try to be.
It's good. Also, let's just say this launched so many different toys and things like that at that point. So this is, it very much felt like it felt new watching this for me because I don't remember watching this as a kid. Like, I know I watched the cartoons, but, when it got to new characters, I just don't remember a lot of it. So watching it now felt new the whole time.
So it's somewhat off topic, but it does apply. They talk about in one of the toy documentaries, The Toys That Made Us, or one of those documentaries, they talked about the generational of toys and how G.I. Joe kind of broke this mold, where typically you would have 3 to 4 years of a toy line and then it's done, because you'd get like one kid and maybe an older brother would be close enough to share those toys, and then after that, that's it. Like, no one's going to keep going with it. But G.I. Joe kind of did these resets where they had enough new introduced characters, and I think the theme of it in general, where it crossed over those generations for a long time. And I think this marks kind of like the new generation of a whole new round of G.I. Joe characters, with Serpentor leading and Sergeant Slaughter being very prominent on the G.I. Joe side.
Well, what was great was there's never a point where it was, those are old and these are new.
Yeah.
They just weave them
They
in.
were all backwards compatible.
Yeah. Right.
So it wasn't like Transformers, where it's like, oh, all those guys are going to retire or die. These are your Transformers now. Don't deal with it.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Duke was in all the scenes. He didn't really do anything, but he was in all the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So that alone tells you that we're not, even though we're selling toys, we're not forgetting about, the whole entirety of the catalog in the past.
Yeah. We're providing you new toys to buy, but hey, those old guys are still around. So if you
I will say it is,
if your brother still has those Joes, they can still.
Yeah. And they put him in there just to remind you that the legs and joints were all broken, and you have to get new ones.
You had no thumbs.
Yeah, nobody has thumbs anymore.
I still think it's weird that Snake Eyes is completely absent from all this, but
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like, because I've said it multiple times, but I've forgotten all the cartoon from being a kid. But Snake Eyes is so huge in the comics, and then like just gone in the cartoon. Like, it's so stark.
Like, did they want it to feel like his presence was a once in a long time kind of thing, like, or something. Like I just
He's
don't
like the
get-
McRib of GI Joes.
Yeah.
I don't think
So
they were.
he's made off of the leftovers of the other GI Joes.
I don't think they were creative enough to figure out how to do a character that couldn't talk.
Yeah.
I think that was the big problem there.
You didn't have to hire a voice actor. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the original Snake Eyes figure exists because they cheaped out on paint.
Right.
And they could have cheaped out in the cartoon by not having a voice actor.
I mean, I'm just saying, always have a guy in black kicking ass in the background at all times.
Yeah.
We don't ask questions. We know what he's doing.
It could be somebody's shadow. It could be Snake Eyes. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Good point. Could be Nunchuck, who I just learned about recently. I didn't know about him.
Oh, you have to get down with all your Ninja Joes.
I guess so.
I'm getting close to that with my read through of the comics, so I'm looking forward to.
Nunchuck was a real American hero or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For
Yep.
some reason, I thought he was at a different thing.
I remember when Beachhead beat the hell out of Jinx, and then he finally let her put a blindfold on, and then got crumped.
Was that in the movie or was that in one?
It was
of
a
the
cartoon.
Was it?
He hit her?
It was the one where they introduced the new Joes, like, and Jinx was one of them, and Beachhead was trying to train him, and then they brought Sergeant Slaughter in, I think.
But before he knew it was a girl?
I thought that was in the movie though.
Maybe it was. Maybe one of the one I missed, but I like
I don't
that
know.
scene where
We'll
he
have
just beat up on a girl.
We'll
Yeah.
have to get to that when we do our watch throughs.
Yeah. Biron's favorite episode is when he beats on a woman.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we made it through this. Thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for watching these with me. 5 parts of a cartoon series is pretty cool. And I don't think we're done here. I definitely have one more cartoon episode that I want to get. And we've talked about maybe doing the movie at some point. So yeah, there's plenty of cartoon episodes left for us to watch. But we got through 5 episodes of Arise, Serpentor Arise and released them all in the month of July. So that's pretty dope. So thank you again for being a part of it.
Smash that sub button.
That was A Real American Brian. And now you know, because knowing is half the Brian.